No longer will you have a president who mocks and ridicules your service. Instead, you will have the thanks of a grateful nation and a commander-in-chief who's got your back. So let's talk a little politics. This past year has been an interesting year. Hadn't been boring. You know, we started the race with 17 candidates on the Republican side, an amazingly talented, diverse, young, dynamic field. What a contrast with the Democrats. You know, the Democratic field consists of a wild-eyed socialist with ideas that are dangerous for America and the world, and Bernie Sanders. But over the course of the year, the primary did what it's supposed to do. It narrowed the field. As we stand here today, there are two and only two people who have any plausible path to winning the Republican nomination: me and Donald Trump. And you know what we are seeing nationally? Is nationally 65 to 70% of Republicans, they recognize that Donald Trump is not the best candidate to go head-to-head with Hillary Clinton. That if Donald is the nominee, Hillary wins, and she wins by double digits. Let me tell you how bad it is. A few weeks ago in the state of Utah, bright red Utah, they did general election polling. Hillary is beating Donald Trump in Utah. If the Republican cannot win the most conservative state in the union, we're looking at a Walter Mondale level bloodbath nationwide. That means we lose the Senate, we may lose the House, we lose the Supreme Court, we lose the Bill of Rights, our kids are buried in trillions more in debt, and we remain trapped in the same economic stagnation of the last 7 years. On the other hand, if I'm the nominee, we beat Hillary Clinton. We beat her in the key swing states. We beat her with independents. And get this, right now, we are leading Hillary Clinton with young people by double digits. The eyes of the country are on the state of Indiana. Indiana has a national platform, a national podium, and an opportunity to make a choice. Do we want to get behind and nominate a campaign and a candidate that is based on yelling and screaming and cursing and insulting everybody? Or do we want to continue to unify behind a positive, optimistic, forward-looking, conservative campaign? Based on real policy solutions to the problems facing this country. You know, last night, John Kasich announced that he was pulling out of the state of Indiana. He's focusing his attention on other states. What that means is that Indiana gets a straight and direct choice between our campaign and Donald Trump. For those supporters of John Kasich, either here or at home, there may be issues on which we disagree, but more unites us. If you don't want to see Donald Trump as the nominee, if you don't want to see Hillary Clinton as the next president, then I ask you to join us, because this is the only campaign that can and will beat Donald Trump and then Hillary Clinton. You know, it's been 46 days since we had the last Republican debate. 46 days. The Democrats have debated. Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders think enough of the voters to be willing to subject themselves to the people and have a debate, and they're scheduling a second debate. Is Donald here in the background? You know, Donald is very, very fond of telling all of us how big and tough and strong he is. If he's so big and tough and strong, he should demonstrate it. Come to Indiana. Let's have a debate in Indiana. And I recognize that Donald Trump finds Megyn Kelly very, very frightening. So if the moderators scare you, let's have a town hall with the questions from Hoosiers asking the questions the American people want to know the answers to. There's a reason Donald doesn't want to debate, because he can't answer those questions. He has no answer. How do you bring jobs back to America beyond just printing it on a baseball cap? The key to jobs, as I explained, ma'am, jobs come from small businesses, which produce 2/3 of all the new jobs in our economy. The way you turn around jobs is you reduce the burdens on small businesses, the taxes, the regulations. Donald Trump, however, agrees with Hillary Clinton that we should raise taxes. That kills jobs. Donald Trump has proposed a 40% tariff, which is a tax on all of you. I think raising your taxes by 40% would kill jobs all across this country, and Donald Trump supports the individual mandate in Obamacare, just like Hillary Clinton. Those kill jobs, and Donald can't explain it, so he won't stand on that stage, and he won't show the respect that the men and women of Indiana deserve. This is a basic choice. It's a choice that's going to make a difference for Indiana. It's going to make a difference. Actually, Carrier, that's a very good example. So, ma'am, the young lady in front asked about Carrier. Carrier left this country because the Obama administration drove Carrier out. It put onerous taxes and regulations. The Department of Energy issued over 200 rules and regulations, some 50 of which directly impacted Carrier. Now, let's talk about solutions to Carrier, because Donald has an answer. Donald's answer is the same as Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama's, which is Donald says, I'm going to punish Carrier. I'm going to use the force of the federal government to punish any company that flees the regulations of the federal government. That's exactly what Barack Obama says. It's exactly what Hillary Clinton says. That's what big government liberals do. They use the power of government to punish you if they don't like what you're doing. Here's what I'm going to do for Carrier. Here's what I'm going to do for Carrier. We're going to pass a flat tax, lift the regulations, lift the burdens that drove them overseas, and in a few years, Carrier and companies all over the world are going to be coming back to America, not because some bully threatened them, but because we created the most attractive, job-creating environment on the face of the earth. But I will say, ma'am, I respect the fact that you came here and are asking these questions, and I'll point out you are showing more courage in doing that than Donald Trump is willing to do. He could present his side, but the people here scare him, and he thinks staying in Trump Tower and letting the mainstream media say, oh, the race is over. Have you noticed the excitement of the media that Donald won New York? He won his home state. Manhattan has spoken. Everyone give up and go home. And there is a reason the network executives at the mainstream media, they are all liberal Democrats. They are ready for Hillary. They want Donald Trump to be the nominee because they know Donald Trump is the one person on the face of the earth that Hillary can beat. But the beauty of it is the media is not going to decide this race. The people are going to decide this race. And so I want to ask everyone here. I want to ask everyone here. If you don't want to see Hillary Clinton as the next president, if you want to see jobs and freedom and security, if you want to get back to our founding principles, if you want to expand opportunity, hold on one second. Let's hold this for a second. Here, clear out some space, please. Here. Here, do we have a paramedic back there, please? Can you bring a paramedic, please?
Yes, they are.
Take your time, ma'am. Take your time. Take your time. Relax. Here, put something under her head. Give me a T-shirt. Bruce, give me your vest. Give me your vest.
Water.
All right, a round of applause for the young lady. She heard the words Hillary Clinton as next president. She just fainted. Look, I agree it's terrifying, but the good news is it ain't gonna happen. And if you don't want to see it happen, then I want to ask each and every one of you, a week from tomorrow on Election Day here in Indiana, come out and vote for me 10 times. Now look, we're not Democrats. I'm not suggesting voter fraud. But if every one of you picks up the phone and you call 9 other people and you get 9 other people to come out and vote on Election Day, you will have voted 10 times. And let me tell you, maybe you're not yet old enough to vote. If you get 10 other people to vote on Election Day, you will have voted 10 times before you turn 18. That's how we win. It is a choice for each of us. It is a choice for the men and women here. It is a choice for we, the people. The focus of this race is on unity. Of the 17 candidates who started this race, 5 have endorsed this campaign. We've been endorsed by Rick Perry and Lindsey Graham and Jeb Bush and Scott Walker and Carly Fiorina. And when you throw into the mix Mike Lee and Glenn Beck and Mark Levin, then you've got the full spectrum of the Republican Party coming together and uniting. If we unite as a party, we will win this nomination. And if we unite as a country, we will win the general election. We will beat Hillary Clinton. We will turn the country around. It took Jimmy Carter to give us Ronald Reagan. And I am convinced the most long-lasting legacy of Barack Obama is going to be a new generation of leaders in the Republican Party who stand and fight for liberty, who stand and fight for the Constitution, and who stand and fight for the Judeo-Christian values that built this great nation. Thank you, and God bless you.